Let's go to Disney, Disney, see Mickey, Minnie, walk down Main Street wearing all our pins. We'll wait in line for Mine Train and watch the parade, wave to Piglet, Pooh and all their friends. We'll walk through Fantasyland, fly off with Peter Pan, feel just like kids again, oh yeah. So much magic, just imagine. When you make a wish, you feel the happiness. So much magic, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's perfect there this time of year, yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. My channel is Ash of Enchantment, and I go by Ashley Nicole on social media. So I'm really fine with whatever, but I'm just really excited to get started. My dogs are here. One is actually right here. He just had surgery a few days ago, so he's a little needy right now. And the other one is over there playing. So you might see them every once in a while. And if you hear some noise, it's probably them. So I'm sorry, but please just try to ignore it. Honestly, I just want to get started by saying that I'm so excited to be accepted and going to the Disney College program for the DCP Fall 2022. These videos, I'm making these videos for my family and friends so that they can hopefully follow along my experience. And I'm not really it's okay if not that many people watch them. I'm mainly doing it for my family and friends, but hopefully if you are watching this and you want to do the program, you do get some information out of it and you enjoy it. I know especially this one's gonna be a low quality video because I'm literally recording on my computer. I don't have a camera yet, so it's gonna be a low quality video, but hopefully there's high quality memories and emotions and experiences, and you can just enjoy it and just really see like reality. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want to hide anything from you. Obviously I'm not gonna talk about all of my personal stuff, but I do want to give a realistic view of the program because, it's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, you work a lot. You can have bad interactions with guests, with individuals. And while it's always good to like focus on the positives, like there are negatives, and you shouldn't go in just thinking that it's all going to be just perfect. Like, nothing's perfect, but hopefully overall it's a good experience. So I just really want to get that across from the beginning, that it's not going to be the best quality and I'm not going to have the best edits and stuff, but hopefully if you are along for my journey, that you enjoy it. So I'm just going to start with kind of introducing myself. My name is Ashley. Like I said, I go to Penn State, but right now I'm at home because I'm doing an internship at the elementary school that I used to go to. It's the last thing I need before I graduate in May. I am graduating in May, which is a year early for me. I've only been in college for 3 years, and I'm graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Rehabilitation and Human Services, as well as a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. I know a lot of people always ask if the Disney College program, you have to have a certain major or have to be in a certain study field, and that's not how that works. Anybody can apply to a college program. As long as you are in college or have graduated within a certain amount of time, you're more than happy to do it. You could be a a theater major, a dance major. You could be in business or anything you want. And you can be in a community college, a nursing program, any kind of secondary education works. So as long as you are in a type of college training and you want to apply, you can apply. And that's something I think is really great. I really wanted to do this program because I wanted to do it right after I graduate. I did get accepted, and I will be in the program from August 15th to February 9th as of right now. Of course, there's always extenuating circumstances. Things could change, but that's really what I'm hoping for. That those are my dates as of right now. So I move in on August 15th. That is my arrival date. As of right now, that's still like 5.5 months away, but I'm so excited, and I've been buying too many things and telling everyone, so I figured it'd be a great time to start a video before I forgot about my application process. I'm going to be doing the DCP tag, but I'm also going to stop and talk to you guys about the application process. But I do want to do it kind of mixed together because originally, whenever I first tried to do the video, I tried to do them separately, but a couple of the DCP tag questions actually have to do with the application process. So I figured it'd just be nice to share that with you along the way. So I'm going to get started with the first question, which is, how did you find out about the program? My family is a Disney family, or just, I guess, maybe a Orlando theme park family. My mom used to go on family vacations down to Orlando to visit her family that lived down there, and then that family still lives about half an hour outside of Orlando. So whenever I was little, my parents decided to start doing family vacations there too. I was about 3 years old whenever we took our first trip whenever they took me, and we've been going pretty much every year ever since, except for 1 or 2 where we had extenuating circumstances. And the last several years we've gone more than once. This past year I got to go 3 times, so that was really exciting. We are actually Universal pass holders and stay at Universal. That's basically just because Universal passes are a lot cheaper than Disney passes, but we always go to Disney too. And so we split our time between the two, and it's always a lot of fun. And so we spent a lot of time there. It's like a second home to me, even though I don't get to go there as much as I would like to. I still could go there a lot more than other people get the chance to. And I know I'm very lucky for that. I have parents that work very hard to be able to afford that experience, not just for me, but for them, because they love it too. And they are always excited to go. Whenever I was in middle school, after one of our trips, I started Googling everything about Disney and college and all this stuff, because I was the weird middle schooler who liked school and really wanted to start looking at stuff for college and start experiencing things. And so I researched about it and I found the Disney College program. And so as soon as I found the Disney College program, I started researching more and found videos about the Disney College program on YouTube. And I got to see all these people's experiences, and it was just so cool to see them actually living through it. And I always knew that that was something that I wanted to do. And so I'm very excited to actually be getting the experience. It's like I said, I have honestly wanted to do this since I was 12 years old. So I'm just so excited for it to actually be a reality. And I honestly still don't think it's really sunk in yet. I got in over a month ago, and I still don't know if I really have accepted the fact that I'm moving to Florida in less than 6 months. So I'm just so excited to actually get to that point and to share this journey along the way. Question number 2 is, how was your interview process? For those of you who have been following the program for a few years, you may know that things have looked a little bit different since COVID has started. We're towards hopefully farther out of COVID, but COVID's still a thing. It hasn't gone away, and I don't know if it will be going away for at least a little while. So ever since COVID happened and shut down the parks in 2020, things have looked a little bit different. So here in 2022, the experience is still a little bit different than it was before, and I don't know if that will be staying the same or changing, but I had a really good experience overall. First of all, you have to submit a general application. That is step 1 of applying. You submit an application that has all of your general information, and it also includes your school experience and your work experience. And these work experiences don't necessarily have to be job experiences. They can be volunteer experiences. Anything that you've really got a lot of experience from that you think counts. And for me, most of my experiences are volunteer experiences because I haven't done a lot of paid jobs. I mainly did volunteer jobs and service jobs. And you don't even have to have, if you have one job and you worked at Starbucks, they will be more than happy to look at that. The job experience you have doesn't really make as large of an effect on it as I think a lot of people put up to it. I know a lot of people will choose to add in the keywords, especially the 5 keys, which now includes inclusion, which was really happy for me because a lot of my work does include a focus on inclusion. They try to sneak those words into their application so that it goes through the system faster. I did cave. I was nervous. I slipped some of those words in, and I mean, it worked for me, but I don't think you have to have those words. I think your application still gets looked at the same as anyone else's. your initial application, they have up to 3 days to notify you whether or not you move on from that point. I found out within an hour that I had passed the initial application process and gotten my web-based interview. So your web-based interview, you have 72 hours to take it, so about 3 days to take it, and you find out immediately afterwards whether you are no longer in consideration or if you are labeled as a strong candidate and you are still in consideration. I found out at work. I applied at work during my lunch break. And then about an hour later, I got the email saying that I was still in consideration. And then I got with my web-based interview, and I worked till 5:30 that day. So I took the web-based interview at about 6:30 that night after I had gotten home and gotten settled a little bit. And the web-based interview does take a little while. There's a lot of questions. There's multiple choice questions. There's questions where you rank on a scale of 1 to 5, from strongly agree to strongly disagree, or from this is like me to this is not like me, because they're really just trying to gauge not only what you would do in certain situations, but just kind of what your personality is and if you're a good fit for their program, and if you'd work well with roommates, if you'd work well with others, just anything in that general area. So this is a good way for them to see if you're going to be a good match for the Disney company. So I went through my web-based interview. It was a little bit more stressful than I thought it was going to be. A lot of the questions are timed, so you can't take too long to think about it. And that's just because they want your honest answer. They want you to answer the way that you would just automatically. They don't want you to sit there and try to lie, because if you lie about it, then they might think that you're a good fit for a certain job or for certain parts of the program, and then they find out that you're not whenever you get there. And you don't want to get there and not be a good fit for your job or a good fit for the environment, or not have a good experience. So if you're honest, it's just probably better that way, that you are fit with something that you actually enjoy and are well suited for. Luckily for me, my web-based interview came back and it said I was a strong candidate and I was still in consideration. And so I had submitted my application on the very first day it opened on January 24th and completed the web-based interview on January 24th. So now it was just a waiting game, because the last part of the application is that they look at your application, the recruiters look at your application and decide whether or not you're a good fit for the company and tell you whether or not you got in. But for this program, you have from January 24th until January 24th is when the applications open, and then they have until April 22nd to let you know whether you got in or not. So you could wait up to 3 months to figure out whether or not you got in. Acceptances come out in waves. Usually there's about 1 a week, but there could be 2. There was 2 this week. And so one of them was on Monday, one of them was today, Thursday. And so it just depends. There is usually an initial little wave that they don't announce, and that is like a test wave. They make sure that their acceptances are sending out okay and that everything is going well. For me, this happened during the first week of applications being open, because applications opened on a Monday. It happened during the first week and about 5 people got in. I wasn't too worried about it because it wasn't a big wave. Even if it was a big wave, I knew that there was 3 months, and just because you don't get in the first couple of times doesn't mean you're not going to get in even in April and still have a great time. So I wasn't too concerned. And so on Monday, January 31st is whenever I actually found out that I was accepted. And so the next question on the DCP tag is, where were you when you found out? And so for me, I'm working at my internship all day during the week, and I can only check my phone during lunch breaks and bathroom breaks and things like that. And I'd already had my lunch break for the day. I had my notifications turned off because things can be a little overwhelming whenever you're getting so many notifications from group chats and the Facebook group and everything else. So I had my notifications silenced. It was about 1:05 in the afternoon. I went to take a bathroom break and I pulled out my phone, and I noticed that I had a lot of notifications that had been silenced. So I went to check it, and people were saying that they had gotten accepted, and there was a wave happening. And it was the first big wave of our season. And so I was trying to look, but my email wasn't loading. And so I knew that they told us that, your email isn't always the most reliable anyway. It can always go to your spam email. It can always kind of just get lost. So it's always good to check your dashboard at the end of each wave day, just to make sure that you didn't miss anything. So I hurried up and I checked my dashboard, and there it was. It said offer, and I was so excited, but I was literally just on a 2-minute break and I had to get right back to work. I had to go work with some kindergartners. And so I was trying really hard not to cry, because I am definitely somebody that is very emotional and I cry. And so I had to try really hard, but I was okay. And the first person I actually told was my old kindergarten teacher. She is now a music teacher, and I happened to be passing her in the hallway. And so I told her that like I was trying not to get emotional. And so instead she started crying because she was so excited for me, and she gave me a hug, and it just was really nice to like have somebody react really well the first time I told them. That's another thing. Not everybody's always going to react well when you tell them that you're moving to Florida for 6 months or 5 to 7 months, whatever it is. I know my grandma is really nervous about it, and my parents definitely like, it's going to be different for them because I'm from Pennsylvania. That's a long way to go. But I'm so excited, and I know overall they're happy for me, and it's going to be a positive experience, hopefully. So just got to keep positive, even if people don't react always the way that you want them to. But so that's how my application process worked. There's no phone interview anymore since COVID. It's really just, you don't interact with anybody unless you choose to. You can do the Facebook groups, you can do group meets, even though those are very overwhelming, and I ended up actually turning mine off. I kept the small groups, and I'll probably try to rejoin some with people that have the same arrival date as me once it gets closer. But for me, I had to mute those for a while. But there's also like this Disney support web page. You can use that during your application process if you have any questions, and the recruiters will answer your questions. And I think that's a great resource. But unless you talk to people, you really don't have to talk to anybody for this application process, because you just fill out the application, you fill out the web-based interview, and then you just wait and see. And so the one bit of advice I will give you is that don't lose hope if you see a bunch of people getting accepted at the beginning. I know I am very, very lucky to have gotten accepted on the first wave, and even luckier to be accepted the first time I applied, because that doesn't always happen. But just don't lose hope until you have a no longer in consideration notification. There's no need to worry about it. You have almost 3 months to be accepted and get in. So until you know that you didn't get in, just don't worry about it. It can be really, really nerve-wracking, but it's not worth losing sleep over something that you have no control over. So just stay positive, and if you do get in, or if you're going to be on the same program as me, feel free to comment below. I will try to respond. I'm so happy for anybody that's getting in. If you didn't get in, or if you can't apply yet, I wish you the best of luck. I really hope that you get in the next time you apply. And if you have any questions, sorry, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to talk to people. But to keep going with our DCP tag, the next question is, what is your role? So I actually don't know my role yet for the program. Now, another change since COVID is originally you used to find out what your role was automatically. And now you don't actually find out what your role is until about a month before your program. So sometime in July, I'll find out my role, and then hopefully I'll get to share it with all of you guys. But I do have like a top 3. My top roles I think I would like is photo pass, because I think it'd be really fun. And then merchandise, because I think there'd be a lot of guest interaction, and I love interacting with people, so I think that'd be great too. And then maybe like character attendant or children's activities. I really like working with kids and seeing the excitement, so those two would both be really, really great things, I think, for me. But I also would love anything like being a vacation planner. If you told me I was doing custodial, I'd be happy. I know I have a friend that loved custodial, so I'll be happy with anything they give me. Of course, I hope for some, but I don't want to be disappointed if I get something else. I'm just going to be happy to be there. So I'm excited for whatever they give me, and I know that they'll give me something they think I will do well in. I also don't really care about my location. I mean, I'm so excited to find out my location, which I won't find out until about a week before I move in. But I'm so excited to find out what it is, and I'm okay. Like I could be in a park, I could be in a resort, or I could be in Disney Springs, and I mind with any of those. I get to go to Disney a lot, and I'm familiar with the parks a lot, but I'm not as familiar with the resorts or Disney. And I love Disney Springs, so any of those locations I feel like would be a great experience, and I get to have that experience with a bunch of new people that are doing the same thing as me. So I'm excited to just get there and figure it out. So the next question is, how did you find your roommates? For our program now, since COVID, a lot of changes, but since COVID, you can only select one roommate. You can select none or you can select one. And all apartments are now in Flamingo Crossings. There's no Chatham and Patterson and Vista Way and the Commons anymore. It's just Flamingo Crossings, which is okay. It looks really cool. It's definitely more expensive, but you don't have to live there. You can live somewhere else, but I'm going to be living in Flamingo. All of the Flamingo apartments have 4 bedrooms. There is a 2x2, which is you share a room. So 2 people in the same bedroom, and then you share a bathroom. So there's 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There's a 4x2, which is where there's 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So you have your own bedroom, but you share a bathroom. And then there's a 4x4 where you have your own bedroom and bathroom. I won't find that out either until closer. I think I prefer a 4x2, but I'm also okay with a 2x2. I don't really think I need a 4x4. I don't think I need my own bathroom. I'm okay with sharing, especially because it's a little less money. But either way, I will be living with 3 other people. I actually had this experience in college. I got to pick one roommate. I picked one roommate, and then we got assigned 2 others, and I had a really great experience. I love my roommates. I still really love my roommates, even though I'm not even living with them anymore. So I'm excited for this experience and hoping that we get matched with really good roommates. But as of right now, I do have a roommate, and her name is Lindsay. At least we're planning on hoping to be roommates. There's no guarantee with Disney. You never know. But her name is Lindsay. She's really sweet. She's not from, but she currently lives in St. Louis. And so I'm really excited to get there and actually meet her in person and just do all that. But we met because we were in a couple group meets from the Facebook page, from the Disney Facebook page. And we were in a group that was arrivals and departures, and they were the same. Like, so you have to have the same departure and same arrival date as your roommates that you pick. And so we both have the August 15th to February 9th dates, and we started talking and we just really hit it off. So we decided that we would like to live together. And so that's something I am looking forward to. And I'm hopefully we'll get there and it will just be great, and that we'll get great roommates. And you know what? It's okay if people, even if you don't really love your roommates, like, it's okay. You don't, like, how much time are you actually gonna be spending in your room? And as long as you're there and you're ready to go, I think it'll all be fine. The next question is, what are you going to miss while doing your program? So I'm going to be graduating from college. I won't have any classes or anything I have to take. I'm very happy about that because I am over classes as of right now. I'm thinking about grad school, but that's a later thing. I will miss my family. I definitely love my family. I am an only child. I spend a lot of time with my parents and just a lot of time with my family in general. I'm always here for holidays. I never miss them. So I know it will be a little bit of a sacrifice to miss my holidays and not see my parents so often, but I think it's a good sacrifice. It's 1 year of not getting to be home for holidays, and then I get to go visit them after my program is done. It's okay. I'm just being optimistic and excited for when my parents do get to come visit and whenever I do get to see them. I'm also really going to miss my dogs because I know I won't be able to see them unless I'm home. They're actually my parents' dogs, so they're staying here. They're bonded. They're siblings, so they're really close. They're staying together and they're staying here. So I will miss them, but I know that, I've been to college. I've left before. It is what it is, and I will get to see them eventually, so it's okay. Honestly, I'm just so excited for the experience, and I don't want to focus too much on all the negative. I just really want to focus on the positives of what I will be able to do while I'm there. Hopefully I don't get too homesick. And I feel like it's kind of hard whenever you're getting to play in Disney all the time. Not that you're playing all the time, you're working a lot, but you're busy. Whenever you stay busy, it's always good. The next question is, what is your favorite Disney park? So just in general, I feel like Magic Kingdom will always be my favorite park just because of the nostalgia, and you walk down Main Street and you see the castle, and it just really is Disney for me. My close second is Hollywood Studios. I do love studios and all the rides and everything there. I'm really not a Star Wars person. That's just because I haven't really watched much, but I do love everything there, even the Star Wars rides, because they're really cool, even if you aren't into them. And so that is definitely a close second, but Magic Kingdom will probably always be my first just for that reason. I do really hope someday to get to Disneyland and maybe get some overseas parks, but I'm just really excited for my program right now to get to spend more time in Animal Kingdom and Epcot, because I haven't gone there in a few years, and I'm an adult now and I get to go on my own and with new friends and just make new memories and experiences. So I'm really looking forward to spending time at the other parks too, because I don't normally get to go there near as much. The first thing you want to do when you get there. So arrival for me is going to be kind of interesting. I think me and my dad are driving down, and then my mom's going to fly down to meet us, and we're probably going to be there a few days early so that they can hang out with me and then go home, because they don't really want to hang out after I move in. So I feel like the first thing that we do might be that we go to Universal. Even though it's a Disney program, Universal's how we start every vacation. So I am looking forward to that if that's how it works. If not, during the first week of my program, I would love to go resort hopping and get to go to Disney Springs and just do all those things. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I know it's probably going to take at least a week before I can get into the parks for free, and I don't really want to spend the extra money to get in right away. But I am really, really looking forward to just walking down Main Street as a cast member and seeing the fireworks for the first time as a cast member. I have seen Enchantment. I really like it. Of course, it's no happily ever after, but you know, you work with what you got, and I'm excited to see it for the first time as somebody who actually works for the Disney company. And so, and the next question is, what's the number one thing on your bucket list? I do want to make a bucket list and maybe share it with you guys, but I'm not there yet. I do think one of my top things is just walking in as a cast member for the first time and doing those things. I've never done things there, certain things. I've never been to certain resorts. I've never been to some of the things around Disney that I haven't really done. I haven't had a Dole Whip. And so those are things that like, I just really want to do while I'm there, and I'm there for 6 months and have the time to do it. And I don't want them to get pushed off to the end, because you think you have more time and then eventually you just run out of time. So I just really want to get those things done early on and try to meet all those things so that I don't feel disappointed whenever I leave, even though I don't really think there is a way for me to feel disappointed when I leave, besides the fact that I'm leaving Disney. The last thing is on the questionnaire is one thing that you hope to take away from your program. And I really just hope to take away from the program the feeling of magic, of creating magic, all those memories and experiences. I'm so excited to create magic for families around Disney and just individuals and whoever is there. I know not every day is going to be perfect. I'm going to have to work a lot. I'm going to be tired. You know, people aren't always nice and things aren't always great, but I'm really excited to help create magic for anybody who is excited to be there and wants to experience that. And I'm so excited that I get to be a part of making their trip the best possible and just spreading the magic that I got to experience whenever I was a little girl, whenever I used to visit Disney and visit the characters and talk to the cast members, because I was always the person that loved the cast members too. So I just really hope that I can do the same thing for the families that are going to be there and individuals that are going to be there while I'm there. Overall, I'm just really hoping it's a positive experience. I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to go outside my comfort zone. I'm going to be over like 17 hours away from home. So I'm excited for that, to be doing that for the first time. And I'm excited. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll get to share even more with you down the road. And I wish you guys best of luck. Like I said, you can subscribe to follow along. You can get notifications, or, you know, just comment below and maybe have a conversation with me. I'd be so excited to meet any of you. I hope that, like I said, if you applied, good luck. If you are applying in the future, good luck. Also, just don't give up if you don't get in. I really hope to see some of you guys there, and I'm really looking forward to all of this. So I'll see you guys next time. Hi, everyone.
All right.